We are working on preseason episode, season 2 episode. We're working on preseason.
You want to start over?
Yeah, it's actually a lot harder than I thought. Currently, we are working on preseason, season 2, episode 2. So the last preseason season was about a month ago.
So we're at the Battle Theater, NA Scouting Grounds 2016. We're about to 2-0 CL free.
But because all our players went to Korea and we sent one of our media guys, this project is gonna be a bit bigger than the last one. So right now I'm gonna show you how this project is currently set up. A lot of editors will have their setup differently, but by the way that we shot this and the way that we structured it out, finding this to be the most effective. So as you can see right here, this scene it has basically all 3 layers right now. It has the music, it has the interview, sound bites, and it has the B-roll. So this would be more of a complete scene that needs to be transitioned into. So one thing we did was between each one of these markers will be kind of one of these scenes, the intro going to Korea, emulating heading to Korea with the breaking point scene, which you'll see, are all between these markers. So now that we have that layout, we can get to work, and I'll show you guys more.
So this Korea trip was like the first time that we ever took a gigantic amount of footage, shuttled it to a bunch of different people in LA, and then cut a bunch of different things that had nothing to do with one another. Some of us are cutting GIFs, some of us are cutting little social pieces, some of us are cutting hype pieces, other people are cutting Let's Go Liquids. We have someone editing Preseason, which is Gabriel. I think what's interesting about shooting projects for yourselves is that you can either be lazy and set no goals and you just get it done when you get it done, or you could try to overachieve and set a goal that's highly unrealistic. As a person executing on the project, I think you learn a lot about how your method is in comparison to other people's and how there's like chances to like innovate on the process or like do something that makes you feel comfortable that speeds up your own sort of internal timelines. And I kind of set Gabriel up for an unrealistic date to see if he could hit it, hoping that he could. What's going on with you?
Waiting to get food. We are currently rendering the footage, which means in playback, it'll play seamlessly so that we can go over it, we can picture lock, we can decide, the final shots of everything. While it's doing that, because it'll normally take around 10 to a couple hours, depending on the size of your project, we're gonna get food from our chef Carla upstairs.
Is this what the freaking players feel like? Because this is a lot.
But
Whoa, wait, why the bread?
why not? So with the project set up and in place, we just have to add the music, mix the audio, put the B-roll together, and finish up any kind of final scenes to drive the story forward. We're trying to finish it today, so we need the color correcting, the sound mixing, everything. So we'll all need to have it picture locked basically in the next hour and a half to get this out on time. Now, a lot of you might think, why don't we just push it over and like release it later? A really key thing with league content is the amount of time to turn around. We're in a good spot, but it's going to be a very grind heavy next couple of hours.
Gabriel's dead, if you want to pan down. It's just, he's delirious at this point. He's just uncontrollable laughter. It is 4:30 in the morning. We are doing the final export of Preseason Season 2, Episode 2. It's gonna take about 45 minutes. Did a nice color grade on the whole thing, watched it through, did an audio mix, put in lower thirds, did all the credits, all the graphics, the thumbnail. There's a lot more that goes into doing these things than most people think. Color grading is interesting. It's really difficult because sometimes you have stuff that's too warm or stuff that's too cold, depending on the color temperature. We shoot on many different cameras. Also, phones are a great source of footage for people carrying around a phone in their pocket. Those actually make it into our productions. And so it's a different grade for each type of medium. The grade is different depending on what lens was on the camera, what the weather conditions were outside, if it was overcast versus sunny, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just a very time-consuming process. I think it took like 3.5 hours to do 30 minutes. And we were moving pretty quick. It normally takes longer than that. We were doing it right inside of Premiere. And yeah, color grading, super fun. Bye, internet. See you later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the
Behind the Lens episode.